Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mountaineer Bushcraft and Survival Systems. Today we're going to do us a little overnighter near an old abandoned house. We got this old rock wall that was made on both sides of me here. We're going to clean out the middle. It's got a lot of debris and brush growed up in it and some larger pieces of rock and concrete. We're going to try to get that cleaned out, make us a roof, maybe using the tarp, and I'll get started on prepping this location here, and I'll get back to you. Alrighty, as you can see, we've got quite a bit of stuff to clean up here. Try to make this suitable enough for an overnight stay. Oh, it's a very large concrete chunks of stone in it. A lot of that in there, which will actually come in handy later for a fire. Oh. And it is very cold today. Early this morning, approximately 17 degrees, I think. So everything's pretty well frozen right now. Oh boy, that one's got some weight to it. Oh, great briars. Most of this appears to just come off the side of the wall here. We will take a saw to that, and oh, maybe I can still pull that out of there, actually. Oh, maybe not. There it is. Huzzah! Oh, yeah, boy, that's been in the ground for a while. All right, that's not too bad of progress already. I'll get some more detailed work finished here, and I will come back to y'all once we get a little more progress made on that mess. All right, guys, as you can see, we got her cleaned up pretty good. Might do just maybe a little bit more leveling, and I think we're gonna start on the fire pit here. Try to make sure we got us a spot to make a fire. So we'll get the gloves back on here. Try to get you to where you can see the action. Oop. All right. I'm probably going to keep the fire just the last 18 inches or so of this concrete wall here. That will help heat up the rest of it. And that right there should warm this up to the point where it'll put off a lot of heat throughout the night. So let's get our pieces established here. Get these bigger pieces on that back side, and the smaller pieces on this side. Ooh, that is quite heavy and quite secure, so I do believe that piece is fine where it's at. Nice. Let's get our shovel. Try to level that out just a little bit. Well, that's not too hateful. Would prefer to have the wall a little bit higher there, but I think we can work with that. That will, at the very least, keep our embers secured. Plus these big slabs of rock and cement will definitely help radiate some heat once we get a fire built in there. There we go. That piece just really isn't feeling it. That's good enough. All right. Now, I have seen some old lumber laying around this old place, so that might make things easiest on us for getting a roof over top of us, plus some wood to lay down here for basically going to be our bed, keep us off the ground. All right, with that, let me start hunt some of that up for you guys, and we will come back once I get something done with that. All right. Okay, now we got us a bottom. Some pieces of wood. I'll give us something that keeps off the cold ground. I've got a mat and a pillow, so that's mainly just a protective layer. And I found enough debris, old rotten pieces of wood, and an old door. So now we got us somewhat of a roof there. Haven't used the tarp. It's out here laying in case I need it. Not supposed to rain, but just in case it is, I got the tarp. That's a bonus. Not very level land out here, so we're having trouble keeping the tripod up. Okay, that's what we got so far. I think next I may start on the fire. Try to get us warmed up. It's 20 minutes after 10 and it is still so cold. Still just frosted icy out here. Very cold yet. I think it's about around 20 degrees. So yeah, I'm gonna get a fire cooking here, get warmed up, and once I get that done, I'll get back with y'all. Alrighty. Well, as you can see, it's pretty tight quarters in here, so we're gonna have to work at it to get a fire going here. About tripping all over ourselves. We're gonna give a little field test of this. I've had this charade axe or hatchet for a little while. Haven't really done much with it. That is the SCAXE10. If anybody's interested in it. Not really much of a review, as just going to be me using it to try to help get a fire going. All right. We are going to do somewhat of that log cabin kind of build to the fire lay this time again. Seems to work pretty good when we're using the wax soaked cotton balls or lint. Need to make sure I get this one fluffed up. And of course, we got quite a large pile of twigs. These are all down poplar, so they were quite easy to get to, and they were nice and snappy, a little crackle. So they're good and dry. So we'll get a big old handful of the smaller stuff here. I definitely got more than enough to get a fire started, but that's just kind of the way I like to do it. I like to have what I need and then some, just in case. Nothing else, whatever you get left, try to squirrel it away somewhere where it'll stay dry, and you'll have it for another fire if you need it. It's just a fact of life. You're going to have a lot of smoky stuff when it's been cold, damp. We've had quite a bit of rain before the below freezing temperatures kicked in, so everything was wet and then froze. So a lot of the wood that I'm going to be burning is unfortunately going to have a lot of moisture locked into it that's been frozen, and it's probably going to be a bit smoky in the shelter, but you know, I'd rather be a little smoky than, yeah, freeze to death. So I'm okay with it. The temperatures for tonight is somewhere around 29, I think they called for. We usually get 4 or 5 degrees cooler than what they call for out here. So we should be around 24, 25 tonight. Fire is chugging away pretty good there. Well, the difference already, just that bit of, a little bit of fire is amazing. Quite comfortable. But it's been a very long, cold morning. Been at this, it's near noon now, 10 minutes till noon. I've been at this all day, and it takes a while to get something set up from scratch. That's just the name of the game. All right, now the rest of that I think I will put at the back of the shelter in case I do need to make another fire, or you know, if you get real tired and you fall asleep, and if you unfortunately let your fire die, you know, having all this extra fine kindling and tinder sources and stuff will actually could save your day. We'll fill that back in the very back end there. All right, let's get some larger poplar pieces on there. I'm pretty confident in that fire, so I'm not getting too fancy with it. I think she's cooking pretty well, so the flames are well above what I'm burning, so we're going to get some more wood on that. But now, like I said before, don't get lazy with it. You know, you want to tend it. Don't allow that to go out on you before you get burning some larger wood. Because if you do, come here, then you could be in trouble if you're in some severely cold weather. You don't want to get lazy. You're at the establishment point. Now then, I'll just give this a little bit of time to start eating. I have one more size of just poplar up here waiting. Some of it's roughly that size. And these are softwoods, and you know, they obviously won't last very long, but they're good for getting your fire started. Just if you're relying on that, like pine, poplar, softer woods like that for your fires, that's actually what you're properly burning. You're going to go through those quite fast, so you want to make sure you have quite a large amount of it on hand. The golden rule is collect as much firewood as you think you need, and then double it, because that's most likely what will happen. And everybody's comfort level is obviously different, so how big of a fire that you need versus someone else might be completely different. I hear sizzling going in there, so this wood's definitely got dampness in it. I can hear it. However, we look like we are still doing pretty good. Yeah, these pieces are a little bit damp. I can definitely feel it. I'll get them closer to the outside of the fire. Let that heat kind of dry these out. They're pretty wet. Didn't notice that my hands were cold when I was cutting this. Yeah, that piece is pretty wet. We'll just stick him here, let some heat work on him. Oh yeah, that piece is pretty wet too. Oh, that one's not near as bad as the others. So we'll throw that one right on there. Get them boys there close so they can start drying out. Now, once these the cinder concrete, cement, cinder blocks and stuff all mixed with rocks and stuff in here, these will eventually get quite warm, and they'll definitely radiate a lot of heat for you throughout the night. Now, it's kind of early right now for a fire. I mean, I could definitely go on without it, but I'm getting a little bit hungry, so after I get some good ember bed established here and some bigger wood that's able to burn by itself, I'll heat me up some water and make something to eat. This, I will start putting some of this that I do intend to actually burn out here to where it gets some heat, so that'll help dry up moisture that's in it. So when I do get ready to put that on the fire, hopefully it'll not be so difficult for me to get going. I mean, it's ugly wood, but you know, hey, it's what I could get. And you run a silky saw for a couple hours straight, it wears you out. I mean, it's far easier than an axe, but I haven't acquired yet enough wood for the entire night, so I still got more work to do as far as that goes. Good coffee. Alrighty, I'll shut us off here for now. I'll get more work done on this fire here. We'll make sure that's good and established, and I'm able to burn some bigger stuff. And not much of a cooking show enthusiast, so probably not going to bother filming me making a cup of ramen noodle soup. So, all right, guys, we'll get back to you once I get this fire better established and I have a little bite to eat. All right, got the water on and boiling. The Schrade hatchet worked pretty decent. Made this maul with it and the silky saw, so not too bad. Cuts pretty good. Edge is still pretty sharp on it. Starting to get bubbles. Won't take much too long for that to boil up. Ooh, a little hot. Got a decent bit of embers in there. Got some more wood drying out there, stacked along the sides here. Getting warm. Hopefully a lot of moisture will evaporate out of it and it won't take too much for it to catch on for us. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with the Schrade axe. It's very weight forward on it. The head definitely, you can tell it's got most of the weight to it. The grip's quite comfortable. Solid all steel construction, just some rubberized handle material over top the steel. So it's not too heavy either. About 3 inches, as far as you want to try to split something, 2 and 3 inches is what it excels at. Getting in and around much bigger than that, you know, try to make you a batten. You can use it like a wedge. But yeah, it's definitely it's in that realm of the light weight stuff, easy to pack out with you, you know, if you want to throw it on your belt. I'll do a more in-depth review if people want it. The sheath's not awesome. I mean, at least it's waterproof, but I don't know how long that thing would hold up. But it does work, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we're coming along. I saw an old chair inside this old house, but I'm kind of afraid to try to go in there and acquire it. The floor is quite bad. All these little planks that I got to lay on. You see that doorway back there? That's an old cellar. And those, I do believe, were shelves. The floor fell in. About 80% of it there you can't even walk through now. But a lot of glass mason jars. Still some shelves standing upright, but that's where I acquired most of the wood there. That's kind of amazing old house. It's a shame that it's fallen in like that. Counting technically the full cellar and basement. I mean, technically it's a 3-story house. And the road coming up and getting to it. I know you can't really see how steep things are for cameras. This is the driveway, or what used to be the driveway, and it's actually quite steep. It's steep going up, but it slants severely to the side at an angle that way. So yeah, that was fun getting up. All right, guys. I want to let that water get boiled up and have some food for my belly here, and I'll get back to you. Well, we got the fire rocking pretty good. It is a little bit past 3. I decided to man up and go get that chair. So now I got a nice comfy place to sit. All right, we're going to take the heat gun. See if we can get a general temperature. That's about 2 feet from the fire, roughly. And against the wall there. That does not have the laser dot, by the way. That's just ambient temperature. Not bad. That's just near the wall. Now then, we get her somewhere about a foot from the fire. Almost 50 degrees. We'll go clear back in here a little further from the... I can get it glared where you can see it. This is cleared back in somewhere around 5 feet from the fire. About dead center. Almost 33. That wall has heated up pretty good. Oh. Now, try to get away from the fire completely. So that's pretty well just away from the fire. We're gonna, I'll just call that 29 degrees. Actually got warmer today than I was expecting. Briars everywhere. Well, so far we seem to be doing pretty good. It's quite warm in here. I'm gonna probably guess within the next, got about an hour of daylight left. Of course, we're deep down inside of a holler here, so on the other side of the hill, the sun will probably be up for closer to 2 hours. But since we're not, we'll lose most of our daylight here within the hour. I think I got enough wood for the night. Being that it's kind of on the damp side, it's been burning fairly slow. I just got to make sure I don't lose the fire. But it's cranking out heat right now. My knee is so hot that actually is quite uncomfortable. But yeah, I think we'll do good. Just dressing up the handle on my maul, just in case we need to use it again tonight. I did bring a little bit of lighting with me in case I need it, mainly for filming, but yeah, I don't go nowhere out at night without a flashlight. I mean, I always got the one on my side anyway. But I think we should have a relatively comfortable night. I didn't bring a blanket. I just got an extra shirt and my Carhartt hoodie jacket. So we're going to see if I can stay comfortable enough with that. Full disclosure, I brought one pack of toe warmers and one pack of hand warmers in case things got really bad. So I do have those for emergencies. But I think we'll do good tonight. But that remains to be seen. So I'll get back to everybody here once we get pretty well close to dark, and I'll try to rig up a little bit of lights if I need them. But I think we're doing great. So I'll see everybody in just a little bit. Alrighty, guys, right here are the MVPs of the evening, whole day really. Done pretty much all the work with these. If you're looking for a little bit cheaper of a saw, I can highly recommend Corona razor tooth saws. This thing actually did quite well today. It actually pretty well kept up pace with Convoy. And when I got to some of the harder dry wood, this really old petrified cherry right here, the Corona actually cut it better than this. So that's something for you, in case anybody was interested. But so we're getting on 434. Just about lost our light. Fire is kicking, and feeling pretty good over here where the fire's at. Pretty warm. Oh yeah, and I found an old cast iron skillet. Pretty bad shape, but might be able to bring it back. Okay, well, with that I'll get off here for now, and we'll get you updated again here a little bit later. Well, so far so good. We're sitting at about 3 minutes till 6, and I'll try to get some thermal readings here for us. $40 degrees. Oh, we're going up a little more. About 40 degrees within 2.5 feet of the fire. Over here by the wall, I'm getting, still climbing, 53.6. We'll clear back in the back here. And it is 31.3. And the current outside temperature, we're sitting at 23 degrees. We'll go roughly a foot from the fire, or the edge of the barricade. I mean, not the fire itself, but from the barricade. Right there, 80. You're still changing. 80, right here. So just about this level, sitting on the boards here, maybe 18 inches high in the air, a foot away from the edge of the barrier. We got 80 degrees. So I think we're going to be pretty comfy tonight. We're about freezing to death. Got us a cup of water getting hot. I'll make some coffee here in a little bit. But so far, been fantastic. Been quite enjoyable out here today. Might kill some time, whittle on some sticks and stuff, just to kill the time before bed. I'll probably grab me something to eat around 7 or 8 p.m. That way I have some nutrition in my body. That way my body will actually make a little bit of heat through digestion to help keep the body warm. But quite comfortable. This setup is going to work just fine, I think. So with that, I'll come back later again for another update. Well, there she is. We're 8 o'clock. That thing is absolutely pumping the heat. Our little shelter here is quite cozy. Actually, if I get too close, it's too hot. So, go ahead and break out our temperature gauge here. If it'll work, it's just showing me error. Well, so much for that, I guess. We're doing pretty good. Spin the camera around. Yeah, there I am. So yeah, basically, I'm quite warm, very cozy. Sleeping will not be a problem. Sound may be a little crappy right here. I didn't hook up the mic, so, but yeah, I don't think we're going to have any kind of problems going to sleep. We're going to be pretty comfortable. Got plenty of extra firewood that'll definitely last the rest of the night. Yeah, had my coffee and I ate some more food. So got plenty of drinks. Got roughly a gallon of water with me. So yeah. So that'd probably be my last update. Unless something happens out of the ordinary, I'll probably update again here sometime in the morning when I wake up. But so far, yeah, this shelter's working fantastic. So all goes well. I'll see you all in the morning. You all have a good night. But I'll be back to finish the video in the morning. So good morning, everybody. Just about 4 a.m. Gonna get ready to break camp. Got a lot of stuff to clean up, and yeah, got to tend this fire out there to the end. Get ready to have a nice warm brew. We'll call it a morning. Overall, wasn't too bad. Actually, up high here about face level is actually uncomfortably hot. Like, it's really hot. Quite a grade variance in the temperature, which to be expected. Overall, like I said, wasn't too bad. I've had far worse when I was quite a bit younger. But yeah, I call it a success. We had no surprises during the night. I actually thought was going to have a little critter try to come into the shelter with me, but it didn't happen. I've been interesting if I could have got that on film, but yeah. We got some pretty poor lighting, but the charade axe performed very well. It's a smaller, lighter hatchet, but it did pretty good for me to, well, I guess actually yesterday, as we are in a new day. But anything anybody's seen that would like a more dedicated review, just make a request in the comments. I usually read about every one of them and reply to them. If anybody's wondering what my primary water container was this trip, it's a stainless steel, has a strap. I know the lighting's not the greatest in the world. We're going to spin this around a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, this was sold at Walmart, and I haven't seen it at my local Walmart for a while. I've had this for several years now. It's single wall stainless steel. Top on screws. Plus you can unscrew the primary top here. It has a large mouth, which is great for filling it up. Actually, I need a drink. Well, I had a pretty good time. Hopefully get to do this again sometime soon. Kind of like to do this when we actually get some snow. I've always liked snow, and it makes for a more interesting video, in my personal opinion. Let's get the glare off me there. Well, that didn't help, did it? Too much or not enough, huh? There we go. That's not too bad. Yeah, like I said, hopefully we get to do this again. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. All your views. And everybody have a very good morning. And I'll see you all in another video.